I've got an idea, how do I get it to market? Sort of to make it memorable, I have these Pellerau peas, and I'm just going to quickly go around with these. Most importantly, and you cannot start without this, is a problem. Right? What is it that you are solving? And if you have a business, if you have an idea, you have to really work out what is it that you are solving. Be that problem that people can't communicate when they're out on business. I do remember when my dad got his first car phone, and it changed his life as a child surveyor, and I remember buying my own. But it's down to problems. So, for example, with my clippers, a trim without the pin clipper. These ideas that sort of are now tweeted to me of problems that I need to solve, or baby clippers, which you can clip your fingernail without cutting the baby's nails. So you also notice that it tends to be within a category, because the second most important thing, I believe, is being able to make a prototype for that idea. I get asked a lot, I've got this great idea, I just need someone to make it for me. Now, the reality is you will have a good idea, hopefully, let's assure that, but it will not be a perfect idea in the first instance. You will have to prototype it because it will be wrong. It'll be very close, but it'll be wrong, and it'll be wrong, and it'll be wrong. And wrong is probably the wrong word, but it'll be almost there. And in November, we're launching something exclusively with Waitrose, and I think I've done over 300 prototypes for that idea. It's taken 2.5 years to get it to market. And I was laughingly looking back through the versions of the first idea. And it was all about a problem which I knew needed solving. It was just how to go about solving that. So and this is where maybe it's difficult what I have to say. If your problem is in an area, like I've got some great ideas for some apps and a social reader thing I'd like to do, and some other things in IT and software and ideas like that, I don't know how to make them. Right, so I have the choice of either employing people who can make them or making friends with them, or kind of going, Tom, what is it that you do know about? What is it that you can make? So I would, really encourage you to be in an area where you can prototype it, you can test it, because that iterative process goes round and round and round. But you will get there. Profit. They are all P's, and they do kind of work. Profit. What would someone buy this for? What are people buying similar things for? And then what do you reckon you can make it for? In many realms, what you can make it for needs to be approximately 10% of what you think you can sell it for. Because you've got VAT, you've got your lovely retailers, you've got promotions on that, you've got yourself, you've got marketing spend. So you've got to be thinking, right, what is this? How can I make it? How can I solve it? What is very similar to this that I can work out so I can ask people how much that is, so that I can see if this is realistic in this area? Your product. So we're quite a long way away, and often with product and the next one, which is purchaser, I'm actually very regularly going to see my retailers with my kind of prototype, with my sales sheet, and going, what do you think of this? If we looked further into this, how do you think it should be packaged? Kind of thing. So you are now starting to build like a product around it. Who is the target market for this? Where would it be sold through? Which retailers? Are you going to sell it to direct? Are you going to go and see Carphone Warehouse, Tesco, Sainsbury's? They all have very different propositions and what they're looking for and who their target market is. So that product has to be packaged in such a way that it is suitable for whoever's going to sell it on for you. But who is going to buy this from you? And ideally get them to sign up to buy it before you've actually made any. And before you've invested too much into it. And then your portfolio. I started with one now file. It's very clear that just one now file was never going to do it in terms of space on the shelf. From the very, very beginning, when you're looking at this problem, I would please encourage you to consider where the portfolio of this brand or this product is going to be. This is especially true now with apps as well. I think most people will tell you it's impossible to make a living from one app. You've got to be looking at your portfolio of apps, or your portfolio of websites, or your portfolio of products within an area.